All right, we're gonna set up a 2.6 gallon Fluval Spec aquarium. We're gonna make it planted. More than likely have just a single betta fish in there, but definitely live plants. Had a much bigger tanks, 40 gallons, 65 gallons, 135 gallons, planted with lots of vegetation. But that was a few years ago. Few moves. Had to take apart the tanks, put them back together, take them apart, put them back together, and haven't had a tank for about, I want to say 3, maybe almost 4 years. So we're going to start with some nano or pico. Now they're calling them picos for some reason. First one's going to be fresh water. Maybe I'll start a salt water again. Looks pretty cool, so I might do a salt water in nano. I think I'm ready to take the plunge on that. Plenty of goodies here. Come with this little tank. Very clean looking. Alright, let's open up those little boxes and see what it has. Alright, here are the goodies it comes with. Nice LED light, which would have been extremely expensive last time I started a fish tank. Little itty bitty power head. Should be more than enough for this tank, hopefully. If not, we can always upgrade that. This is 2.9 watts. Doesn't give me a gallons here. Oh, looks like it's looks like it's adjustable for the strength of the power head. That's pretty cool, especially for a low price. That's not bad at all. Oh, then again, technology changes. God knows how much they cost now. All right, cool. Set that aside for now. Nice little output here. All right, just knock something down. Oh, my bait. All right. So here we have filter medium mechanism. It's like carbon and some kind of, ceramic. Cool little sump. All right. All right, so when we pull this out the box, this should end up like this. Hey, leave that alone. So, should be able to unplug this, pass it to that little hole, and then connect the power head on the bottom. Pump. All right, let's do that. Okay, I wasn't gonna start filming again until I actually had it connected, but just so I can save someone's aggravation, this is extremely well made, as in the fact that these fittings fit very tightly the first time around. So I would highly recommend, do not hook this up first. It's not broken. This will pop right back in again. However, I cannot separate this from here, and I'm paranoid if I yank it too hard, my hand's gonna pop out and it's gonna slap the glass and break it. So go ahead and connect the rubber hose to the actual pump first, drop it in there, then connect the elbow. Now, when you put the pump in there, I don't exactly have lumberjack hands or Joe the plumber hands. It's kind of tight there. So manage to drop it in there with the cable. You will have to probably press it down with something to have suction. All right, fast forwarding. All right, that boy is on there. Again, very good fit. Nozzle moves very well. All right, seems like it'll stay in place once it's going, even for a much higher pressure than I'm sure this will give. All right, let's check the light now. Looks like it just slides in there. It has a little screw here to tighten. Yep, that's the entire science to it. Okay, we'll take that off for now. So, like I said, we're gonna make this a planted tank. A long time ago when I used to set these up, I used to use clay sand, or excuse me, pool filter sand on the top. And below the pool filter sand, I used to put this Floramax. So I grabbed some more of that now. We're gonna put that in. Picked it up at PetSmart. It's about $16.98. Hey, back up. Do what your brother's doing. All right, so picked it up over there. It's usually really, really good stuff. At least from what I remember, it's really good stuff. Want to put probably about an inch, even though it is a small tank. Probably about an inch depth. And then layer some sand on top. Since it's such a small tank, pool filter sand would have been a great investment on a bigger one, especially if you're doing like a 135 gallon tank. But since it's a small tank, we went ahead and got the Evil Petco brand, and we're gonna do it all black sand. So it's gonna have a black substrate and the black sand, because when you do mix the two, eventually you'll have a mix of it. Some of the thicker gravel-like parts of the Floramax will come up, and the sand obviously will fall between the cracks of the Floramax and go down. Before when I used to do the pool filter sand, I used to get the red Floramax, and we mix together and make a nice little natural looking combination. Isn't that right, also? Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and, oh, well, before you put this in, you probably want to rinse off some of it. I'm not going to put any fish in here anytime soon. I'm just going to leave it running for a while it cycles. So, probably only filter the sand. But for those of you that are going to be in a hurry with fish, you probably want to rinse it. If not, you're going to get very cloudy water. All right, fast forwarding again. All right, we got the Caribbean Sea mixed in there. You see it's kind of like a gravel, very granule. That's going to let out a lot of minerals from iron to phosphates, all that good stuff for the, well, actually I could just read you what it's going to have. It's going to have soluble potash, K20, calcium, iron, magnesium, yada yada yada. Bunch of good stuff. Alright, so now let's add the sand on top. Oh, by the way, as you can see, I have a lot of that left over for $16. I'll figure out something to do with it. Alright, sand. Alright, so we have the sand in there. Weighed about, I want to say, almost an inch. Half an inch of sand on top of it. In hindsight, maybe that should be enough. But you can see the difference there in the texture. The sand is much, much finer. It's going to look a lot nicer with the sand. And also it's going to keep the plants where they're supposed to be. Whatever fish or shrimp or crustacean or snail or whatever I got moving around in there, it's going to give the plant a better chance of staying in place. Okay. I want to add a little bit more. Yeah, let's add a little bit more. A little bit more. I know you're seeing a bunch of streaks there, but you see the point. Smoothing it out too much right now. So I'm going to pour the water. No matter how delicate you are, it's going to move around. When I start putting in the plants, it's going to move around. So, yeah, whatever. Anyways, so I'm going to rinse the filter media right now. The sponge comes with a neat little handy dandy here to pull it in and out. That's pretty cool. Filter media, like I said, is activated carbon, ceramics. I'm going to go ahead and take them out of their plastic. obviously leave them in the little pouch thing they're in inside the plastic. Rinse it out, put it in, be right back. All right, so the media's rinsed off. That coal was extremely powdery. A lot of blackness came out of there. When I opened up the plastic bag for the ceramic, I had a little extra bonus one, I guess. The bag's not broken, it's just lying in there. I want to just show this and highlight it. I remember all the Fluvals before having these things that were hollow. Now what that does is it gives, you know, more surface area, because not only do you have the surface around the outside for beneficial growth to happen, but within also there's a hole, you're gonna have more surface for it to cling onto. It's like, really? You're gonna save cost on that? But okay, whatever. It's still probably good. Feels very porous. That's nice. And if I ever have to redo this thing, pretty sure I have in a box somewhere in storage a lot of these from Fluval with the hole. No, I'll just switch them out. Well, unless science is advanced and somebody knows a good reason for me not to do that. In that case, please let me know in a comment. Whoops. All right, so let's shove that in there. And let's put a little bit of water in there so we can put the plants. I'm pouring the water in the Fluval in order to reduce the amount of disturbing of the substrate. Pouring it into where the filter is, filter media. And when I do this, you're gonna notice it starts coming out a slit on the bottom. Coming out a slit in the bottom. It's actually working out perfectly. It's a nice, easy flow. It's not mixing my top layer with my bottom layer. Looks like I have a nice little incline. Everything's flowing to the front. But you want to do that just for cosmetic reasons, and when you're going to clean it, there's a lot of fish waste or whatever waste. You're going to siphon, it's going to build up in the front easier. There's some frosting in the front of the tank and the bottom from the humidity that comes inside the bag of the plant substrate from Crave Seed, which is good stuff. All right, so let's add another cup of water. So I got some water in there. Still pouring in from the back. Now let's see for the plants. For the background, we have some of these Talanthera cardinalis. I don't know if you can really see it in the video, but it's got a nice little burgundy red color to it. And then dominating the background, so that should just accent it to have a different color. Dominating the background, we're going to have Fraseri, and we're going to have a lot of leftover dwarf grass. All right. You can't eat the dwarf grass. Get away, Chloe. Chloe, hey. Can you do something with her, please? You're not helping. Okay. All right, so I like putting the plants from the background first, simply because, you know, they're going to be more of a focal point than the ones in the foreground. You're going to fill in around the background plants. So take it out of the little container it comes in, rinse off the roots, and then plant it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this one. Where do I want to put this guy? I want to put him in the intake. I'm gonna put him by the. I think I'm gonna put him here so he gets a little bit of motion from here. Might be pointing up mostly, but I don't want the leaves growing into the filtering, so that's going to do that. And I'm sorry I have to keep stopping the video, but filming with my cell phone in one hand, kind of need two for this. So I got the Cardinalis rinsed about half the pack. It's extremely small tank. I don't even know if I'm able to fit all of this in there. I want to mention, when you take off that clear jelly stuff, you're gonna notice there's not a lot of root on these. All right, it'll more than likely grow quickly once you put it in your tank, or relatively quickly. And don't freak out if you leave some of it in there. It's not gonna hurt anything or kill anything. It's just gonna slow the growth of the root, because it's basically short version plant food. So that's how they keep the plants alive in these little packages. So by clearing that off, you're encouraging the roots to say, oh man, if I want to eat, I gotta grow, and they start digging into your substrate, which is what you want. So let's see how I'm gonna fit these guys in there. All right, so we got all the plants in there. Probably used, well, like I said, half the pack of the Cardinalis and half a pack of the dwarf grass. Really small tank. Okay. All right, let's fill it up with water. All right, so we plugged in the power head. It's doing its thing. Don't mind the little bit of dwarf grass floating around if you do this at home. It's bound to do that. It has little to no root on it. And you're putting it into very thin sand. So just let it flow around for a while, and then just pick up whatever's straggling with the net. Good thing is you get to see your water circulation. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. All right, cool. So let's pop the light on this one. All right, so we plugged in the power head. It's doing its thing. Don't mind the little bit of dwarf grass floating around if you do this at home. It's bound to do that. It has little to no root on it. And you're putting it into very thin sand. So just let it flow around for a while, and then just pick up whatever's straggling with the net. Good thing is you get to see your water circulation. I'm gonna need you to be quiet. All right, cool. So let's pop the light on this one. So we have the light attached on there. Okay. Let's turn it on. That is nice. All right. What do you think, Ossel? You like it? Chloe? Take that as a yes. All right, guys. Well, there you have the setup. I'll fish out that floating grass now. Put some... I'm still filming. Be quiet. So... I'm gonna film dog barking a little bit here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fish out that grass, put some treatment fluid in there, take out the chlorine, let it cycle for a few days, and give you an update once there's something new to say. Maybe a beta fish or something. Thank you.